Hey guys, Short Midget here. I'm going to be doing a review on a G&G gearbox. This is just a basic G&G gearbox, completely stock. We're going to go ahead and see what's inside of it. This has had roughly 10,000 cycles through it, and I'm going to review the parts and everything inside of it. First of all, I will say with the wiring, it's got bullet connectors in the buffer tube, to me a connector, and a fuse. I don't like these bullet connectors because these can mess up the fact that you can install a MOSFET. Well, with this, it's harder to, because you have to have bullet connectors on your MOSFET, because the MOSFET board will not go through the buffer tube unless you have one that fits in your gearbox shell, or you buy a whole new buffer tube, spacer, and screw for it, and that should work. And, you know, replace your wiring. So, I don't like that G&G does that. I just don't. They should have standard buffer tubes with, you know, the spacer and the screw instead of a built-in spacer in here. I don't like that. So, got bullet connectors and standard motor connectors, which coincidentally are the same kind of connectors that are on the end of the wiring there that connect here. So, the gearbox shells are radiused. They're pretty weak, though, from what I've heard. I have one of these shells in Rob's gun, and his actually has lasted. It's fine. The only thing G&G in that gun is the shell, because he had to replace it, and he got it for cheap. I found it for him for cheap. So, also the gearbox shell, or the screws, are on the wrong side, so you have to flip it over in order to open it. So, that is that. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now, let's go ahead and go over the motor first. The motor here, it's original. As you can see, original motor. It's basic 1800 RPM. It's not a very good motor. G&G motors really aren't very good. They had a lot of really bad ones, apparently, and they've gotten a little bit better, but still not that good. Compared to my... I have two SRC motors. This one has more torque to it. This one worked better than the G&G motor. And then this other one, which has less torque, I can feel, gave about the same performance of the G&G motor. So, this SRC got better performance. Rate of fire and trigger response. So, let's go and open the gun up and see what's on the inside of here. Feet per second was about 320, 330 with twos, so I have a feeling the compression is awful because it feels like it's pulling a pretty heavy spring. And it looks like it. That's interesting. The spring guide has like a back on it that spins. I've never seen that. But there's no ball bearings unless they're underneath. That's interesting. Haven't seen that. That's cool. The spring in here, to be honest, looks like a 120 to me. Well, the feet per second is getting like an M100, so I have a feeling the compression is bad. So spring seems nice. It really does. Seems really good. Only about 10,000 cycles through this gun. So basic G&G piston. It's got the one tooth removed, so that's good. Metal release tooth. These pistons are pretty strong. Piston heads they're okay. And compression is about 0. I called it. It's horrible. So, tappet spring, tappet plate. I love G&G tappet plates. G&G nozzle sucks. No O-ring. They need to put an O-ring in that. And most of the time... Okay, most of the time the cylinder heads are actually loose in the cylinder. This one is tight. Good. Compression is trash. Oh my gosh, that is utter crap. So I will fix that. The feet per second with this, I'm trying to get it up to about 370, because at 370, any field in the local area, he can use it. Because the CQB field, they actually closed, or they're closing soon, and then they opened up an outdoor field, which is 400, which is good. I mean, I think 450 should be max, actually. I think snipers should be able to go up to 450. Like, if you're above 450, semi-auto only. That's how I feel. But, I don't know. Some people may abuse that and put their Polar Star up to, like, 450 and use semi-auto. But with the speed trigger, or, like, just a standard trigger modified, you can just hammer it, like, on full auto, like James's gun. But maybe make that not allowed, you know? So... maybe like HPA not above 400 or something, because people can, even whaling your trigger at 400 feet per second is not really the best, but you could just go full auto. I think they allow full auto there. So, anyways, I'm trailing off. I will fix the compression with this. I'll try to replace the O-ring. I'll stretch this, heat it up, see if that helps. And I do have a different piston head I can use if this one is crap. Standard G&G cylinder and cylinder head, plastic. The gear set, G&G gear sets are actually pretty good. Their AR latch is steel, nice. It's actually got a pretty good spring behind it. The bevel gear seems nice. I will note, I did notice that the lubrication is only where the piston goes. There's like hardly any on the gears, so it's kind of dry on the gears. The 8mm brass bushings will melt under heat, so if you're running 30 RPS, you're going to die. This gun is going to explode. Those will not last. So if you're upgrading to be above 25 RPS, please replace those to steel, or even bearings should work. I'm not sure what ratio these gears are, because it looks a little different to me than the other spur. It's not 13:1 for sure. That's a 13:1 spur. It looks like 18:1 to me, or they just beefed up the teeth. I don't think I have another G&G spur in here. It looks different to me, though. So I will say that. But the teeth are thicker. So let's check shimming. It seemed not too bad. Maybe a little tight. That's my theory. That's not bad. That's a little tight, a little too tight for me. I'll shim this, grease it, and lubricate it and everything, and fix the shimming and everything in the compression for sure. So my review on this gearbox, 6 out of 10, for the single fact that the compression, like, this is unacceptable, having this compression. See, you get some compression, and I'm literally keeping my finger in the same spot, and then sometimes the compression just like disappears. Like, you get it and then you don't get it on the next shot. So compression gave it that issue. I don't know if I said this is a full cylinder. It's actually not. The other cylinder, blue cylinder I have from G&G is not full either. But it's interesting, the ports are different shapes. Don't know why. This is my G&G piston that I used. It works. Just a little bit of wear there. But I did strip one, and then this one is not stripped, but it has a little bit of damage. Still usable, though. What is stop? Oh. So if you have any questions, comment below. That's really all. I think I got everything. I will lubricate this, like I said, fix the compression. It should get about 370 feet per second with 2s. That's what I'm hoping for, with perfect compression, because that is legal at every field, and that will get him more range. It should get him more range. So, thank you so much for watching. Again, the reason why it's a 6 out of 10 is mainly because the compression is so bad. And then also the shimming is iffy. And the lubrication is iffy. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later.